Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited for today. Today we have a very special episode of Coffee with Karen. I've got my pumpkin spice latte channel, and today we have a very special episode of Coffee with Karen. It's one that I kind of debated back and forth whether or not I was going to do, and then in the end I really just decided that I really wanted to do this and share with you guys a little bit more. So please stick around. Okay, so if you guys follow my social media, and if you don't follow my social media, you should follow my social media. So I'm going to put all my handles just right here for you guys. And yes, you should definitely follow me on social media. I post a lot about beauty and stuff. It's all public, so you won't see my kids again. I'm sorry, but you should definitely follow me on social media. And if you do, you saw that I recently got to do the Out of the Darkness suicide prevention walk. It was put on by the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. It was a wonderful event, and I got to walk for my very dear friend Lizzie, who unfortunately took her own life last year. It was really hard for me personally, and it's been really hard for a lot of our friends too, and so it was nice to get together and to be able to walk in her honor and honor her. But while I was at the walk, it got me thinking that, you know, people really just aren't very open about mental health, and I think that we should be, as a country, we should be more open about mental health and make those who do suffer from mental illness feel more comfortable sharing their experiences. And that is what I am here to do today with you guys. I am here to share with you my experience with mental illness and anxiety, and hope that in sharing this it will raise more awareness, and maybe people that are wanting to seek help and don't know how can feel like they can go seek help. I'm helping to lift the stigma around mental health, because mental health is something a lot of people struggle with, and mental illness, and I think that we all just need to take better care of ourselves and our brains because you only get one brain. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it and talk about it. I just microwaved my coffee, so hopefully it's warm. Let's see. It's perfect. So I think to get into this and to start it out, I'd like to dedicate this video to Lizzie. I met her a little less than a year ago. A little more than a year ago, I met her. Her daughter and my son happened to be in the same second grade classroom, and my son to this day still has a huge crush on her. So, yes, so my son had a huge crush on her daughter, and I was room mom last year. It's actually how I met my best friend, who was my son's teacher last year. And so yeah, we met in class. She came in and volunteered, and I was also there volunteering, and we just hit it off, and she was just a fun, light, bubbly person. And she used to wear this bubblegum pink lipstick, and it looked so amazing on her. And I swear, if I wore it to the walk, and I swear I looked horrid. Like, I don't even know how she did it, but she did, and she just pulled it off, and she looked amazing. And she was just a light in the world. She always brought this big light with her everywhere she went. And so I got to know her, and we became pretty good friends. We'd go get coffee, and she always just let me talk. And that was the great thing about her. If I was having a hard day, she was always at the other end of the phone, always willing to listen and help. But I didn't know that she also struggled. And you would have never known it from meeting her. You would have never known that there was anything in her life that was wrong, and I maybe took advantage of our friendship a little bit, and that is something that I struggle with. So I felt like I didn't support her. I didn't know anything was wrong until one day I got a call saying that she had ended her life. And that was really, really hard for me, and I really, really struggled with that because I talked to her not too long before, and I knew something was going on, and I knew something was not quite right with her, but I had my own stuff going on. I was having a really hard time myself at the time, and I didn't think to say, hey, let's go grab a cup of coffee and you talk and I'll listen. So it was shocking when she took her own life, and it took me a while to kind of not recover, because I don't know that I ever will recover from losing someone so wonderful, but it took me a while to come to terms with it. But I think that brings me to my next point. The first time I ever went out with her, and I ever went out to get coffee, I was explaining to her some of the challenges that I have been going through. This is something I don't talk about all that often. I do more now, but I was diagnosed 8 years ago with rheumatoid arthritis and ankylosing spondylitis. Go ahead and Google them. And then I was diagnosed about 3 years ago with fibromyalgia. And so it's hard to have 3 chronic illnesses, and they are chronic pain conditions. So I don't know. So the first time we ever went out to coffee, I was telling her about that, and she said, well, does it ever just get you down? And I said, yeah, it does. And I never put a name on what I had been feeling. I never named it. I always just said, some days I really just have hard days, and it's hard to get out of bed. And there are days that it's hard to get out of bed because of the pain, but then there were other days where I felt guilty because I have these 3 beautiful kids, and I felt like they had this mom that was broken, and I didn't want to be the broken mom. I didn't want my kids to deal with that, and it's hard to have your body not work, especially at such a young age. I just turned 31. Your body's not supposed to be broken at 31. You're not supposed to have these challenges, and so it was really depressing for me, and I never really put a name on it. I suffered from anxiety my whole life, and that is another thing that I do. I do suffer from anxiety, and unfortunately I'm starting to see a little bit of it in my son, and it's hard. It is. But I always felt like I had to suffer in silence, kind of, if that makes any sense, and it probably doesn't. But hi, buddy.
A happy.
You need another one?
Yes.
Nope. So, as a mom who has always had anxiety, it is hard to feel this anxiety all the time and constantly feel like you need to be in control, because as we all know, we are not in control of our lives 100%, and once you become a parent, you lose like whatever little piece of control you thought you had. It's gone. It's completely gone. And so I had a really hard time letting that control go. And the other thing is I suffered in silence. I have a hard time asking for help. I'm trying to be better about it, but I still have always had a hard time asking for help. And so I didn't want people to see that I was struggling. I didn't want people to think that I couldn't handle what I have been given in life. I didn't want that. I'd always plaster a smile on my face. I've never been one to ask for help. I've always been one that very much keeps up appearances and makes it seem as though no matter whatever tornado is happening around me, whatever is going on in my life, that I have got everything covered. I didn't want anyone to ever think that I couldn't handle what was on my plate. And so, yeah, I never asked for help, kept a smile on my face, and I've talked to several people recently after discovering that yes, I do need to get a handle on what has been going on in my life, I have talked to people and I've said, hey, you know what, it actually kind of sucks that, you know, I was going through all this and, you know, I didn't get the support that I needed. And people have said, well, we didn't know you needed support. Like, it was like you had your whole life figured out. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? But people said, like, your kids were always dressed and ready and not wearing pajamas and had baths, and you wear makeup and have your hair done. And I will come back to that because there's something I do need to say about that, really. I'll probably say it toward the end of my video. But, you know, your hair is always done, your makeup's always on, you don't look sick, you don't look like you need help, you don't look depressed. And so that to me was a big eye-opener that, oh my gosh, well, I do need to ask for help. And so I am trying to be better about asking for help. And I hope that if you are going through something similar and you feel like people are going to judge you if you ask for help, well, if people judge you when you ask for help, those aren't the people you need to be asking help from. I learned that along my journey. There are so many wonderful people that have come into my life because of this journey that I am taking. And they are the ones that I call when I need help, and they are the ones that I know will be there no matter what. And those are the people in your lives that you need. If you are having a hard time and you are really honestly genuinely struggling, and you reach out to someone and you say, please help me, and they do not help, those are not the people that you need in your lives. That's a hard thing that you have to learn. But there are so many beautiful people out there that are willing to help, and I am so fortunate to have them. So many more of them in my lives. I've talked about him before in my videos, and I might get teary, but thank you, Brooke, my husband, for helping me and being the person for the last decade that I go to when I am sad and mad and lonely and scared and I don't know what I'm feeling. He is my rock, and he took the burden of my anxiety and depression and chronic illness on his shoulders for a lot longer than he needed to by himself, because I was too selfish to ask for help, and I was too proud to ask for help, and that is on me. But he has been my rock, and I have so many wonderful friends and family. You guys know who you are. Thank you for standing up for me and for being the people in my life that really I can always depend on. And so this isn't going to be a very long video, but I do want to say that please, if you are suffering from mental illness, please know that it is not a weakness. Please know that depression is not a weakness. And same with anxiety. There are days that my anxiety is so bad I don't even want to get out of bed. There are days I don't want to send my kids to school because my brain keeps telling me all the what ifs. But I am working through it, and I know that it's hard to work through it. I've been there before. Please know that there are people out there that love you and care for you, and please know that there is help out there. And I will link at the bottom of my page several resources for you. I will link them down in the description box below. Please know that there is help out there. You are worth it. I have felt many days that I am not worth it, but please know that you are worth it. Please know that you are loved. Please know that things can get better. And to all the people who work in the mental health profession, thank you so much for your hard work and your dedication. Thank you for always being there, for being a backbone, and for making mental health a priority And it is my hope that one day mental illness will not have to be a silent disease. Please please know that there is a voice, and please know that one day mental illness will not have a stigma behind it. And please don't feel, if you are suffering from these things, do not feel like there's anything wrong with you. There isn't. And it was amazing to me to see at the walk how many people's lives were affected by suicide, and how many people there wished that one person or 5 people or 10 people in their lives were still there. And I always thought that it was something that I should be ashamed of, and something that I should hide, and something that I should never ever talk about. And I think that that is the problem, is we are not talking about it. So today I am standing up and I am talking about it. Today I am standing up and I am saying that if this video can just reach one person, and that person is touched enough to seek help, if that person is touched enough that their lives will change for the better, then that is all that I need. So thank you guys for watching this. Okay, you guys, I know that's probably not the video that you were expecting to come out of my channel today. I was just so touched at the suicide walk that I really needed to bring light to this subject, and maybe if this video can just reach that one person, then that would be enough for me. And so thank you guys so much for watching. Please, let's be nice in the comments today, and just let everyone out there know that we love and support them, and that mental illness is something that we are fighting to bring awareness to and bring it out of the darkness.